commenced the streaming.
Okay, excellent. Um, Let's a few more. Hope everyone's having a good day. Apologize if I've been a bit MIA the last couple of days. I got really ill. I thought it was just the food poisoning, but I think it's gastro because now my missus sick. But no, it was bad. Like, I haven't felt this way since I had barley belly. I thought it was we had these muscles. I think it's the muscles, but then it could be anything really. But I'm just coming over the end of it, and she's just getting the start of it. So we'll swap over. Yeah. Wait a few more minutes, and then we'll kick it off.
What treat are we working on today?
So we'll be working on the Fez, and it's a bit because this today will be a bit more kind of freeform, just because the Fez is something that I started with, and I just kind of hit a brick wall, and then just needed to. Sometimes I'll start something, and if I'm kind of going nowhere, I just jump onto something else. So definitely be a bit more freeform, a bit more sketchy today. So it can be a little bit more fun as well. It won't be as, I guess, fine tuning. So I may as well kick it off as well. So welcome everybody. If you're new to these, basically it's a live join session where I'll just draw on the fly, working on a particular asset. For today's asset, we'll be working on this Fez here. And I tend to mix these up. So sometimes I'll be sketching, sometimes I'll be doing some ink work, just mix around each week. I'll also feel free to ask things in the chat. I tend to look as I go, and I might ask you guys some stuff in the chat as well, because I definitely hit brick walls as I'm designing. Also, at the end of this as well, I will show you guys a little sneak peek of some of the colored assets coming together. So I can actually start to show you more of them, and I'll explain to you guys why we've been delaying some of that. But yeah, I'll put it at the end of this anyway. So with this asset, just to show you guys, it's really, really rough. I started with basically, I'm going to drop this opacity down. I was going to like create, I don't know, I was going to create this like kind of, it's going to be like this weird tree trunk kind of mouth thing. But then I didn't like the way it slimed over his head. I don't know why. It just didn't work for me. So then I kind of went this route, and I started liking what I could see, but then especially kind of like a slug body. But then I just hit a brick wall. These are going to be kind of like multiple eyes. I don't know whether to have multiple eyes or, you know, even just one eye. I don't know. We'll figure that out in a sec. But this is basically where we're at. So again, this is really, really rough. So just bear with me with it at the start as well. So I'm going to drop this right down. I still just need to be able to see a little bit of where it's sitting, but I still want to kind of add a bit of a tongue here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try and draw in a tongue here. I might create another layer. There we go. Now, this tongue. You could do it like that, but oh, maybe it's too straight. Yeah, I'm already starting to question myself. Would be great kind of rhythm time. The thing is, we might just play. I might do something, and then I might just delete it. So I might start to get attached. I don't want to get too attached to anything right now. So I think that's too much. I think, for instance, this needs to be more of Zen. Okay, so maybe coming more from the throat. I definitely wanted to come out. Just how far out? Please, this $1 million question. But yeah, guys, I've been so fucking sick the last couple of days. Like, it's gonna be TMI, but I had bad gastro where it was like, I just pissing shit. But that's a little bit too much information. I thought it was just food poisoning for myself, but I think it's gastro because my girlfriend just came down with it. I cooked dinner last night as well, so I was like, maybe it was my cooking. But yeah, she just started. I never vomited, but she was vomiting. Okay, I quite like that tongue. It's quite intense, but it's not going too crazy. Now, with this tongue as well, we'll just leave it rough. Some of those little bits don't need to, but just enough for the light for us to see. Let's take a look at the tops. Now, the good thing is now what this does is it creates a platform if we want to create something here, like, you know, whether we want to create a tree or like whatever you want, or, you know, a character standing on it. But we'll leave that for now. I quite like this mouth though. Yeah, so percentage, yes, the percentage of it being done. I definitely would have liked to have more done at this stage, but there's a few things that kind of got in the way. Definitely some drama over the last couple of weeks, but also just getting the style down packed. However, we've also brought in, we're bringing in a secondary artist assistant with the color, so I can actually show you guys what they've done. So that's just going to allow us to kind of pump these out a lot more quicker. But can't give you an exact percentage, but yeah, we've definitely had a couple time roadblocks, but it will still get there. Now with this rope, you know, want to get a bit of negative space out here, so I wouldn't mind. But something like that. Yeah, Dave Bros, it was rough. Like I've been sick before, but this was exactly like it when I've had barley belly. It travels diarrhea, and for probably 5 minutes for hours. Now, this rope, you know, it could be a rope or it could be like a tentacle maybe. Let's go to it. Let's make it fun of it. Um, Also, a big thing with the getting the evolve collection, better pump out the stuff quicker is also getting the exact style down pack at the start. You don't want to rush in and just start creating, and realize you want to change the line weight or adjust something. You need to kind of trial and error a few things. So some of the assets, like as I said, the first one I did, it's too complicated, but it definitely gave me a foothold of what I wanted to do. Also, as well with digital drawing, what I like is the ability just to do what I just did then, just transform and move around. Now, we can give this like kind of bring. But also on top of that, Evolve Collections, working on the system, is working on merch store and state decks and stuff like that. Kind of juggling a few hats at once, but now I'm in a position where I can just kind of run this to the ground. Maybe we could give another. Again, this is really, really rough, guys. Yeah. Got no favorite traits yet. I haven't done enough to get a favorite one yet. Yeah. Also, they're starting to get more color now that we've got. So I don't know if I can announce it yet, but and I don't see him in yet. But we're bringing on Jurassic Kings. So he will be assisting in coloring and shading, which is amazing. I'm going to show you guys actually something he's already done, but that's going to really speed things up and help me out a lot. Okay, so just quickly, guys. What do you guys feel with having like these kind of multiple eyes, or just have like one big eye there? Multiple eyes, or one giant eye? I mean, I can put some other stuff here. I could put like an interior. I kind of don't know if I like the multiple eyes. I could put like, quite like doing like, yeah. You can like show the interior of it. Have some brains coming out. You could have like mushrooms and or other stuff kind of. I mean, I tend to do a lot of things where I put like a hole in something. Yeah, okay, we'll stick with my eye. Do we want him to be an angry eye, or doing this is really well? No, I think it looks quite cool like that. I don't know if I should add a, maybe bring my eye up a bit and just remove it a little bit. See, this is where, like I won't do it now, but I might actually just collapse all this now. We've got one liner. I don't want too many of those. This is where, you can go and add stuff like that. But we'll do that later. Now, so on this section here, I don't know why that's built. It's some kind of, I don't know, creature. Let's just let's just play around. Just going to drop the opacity. I can't see the books. Maybe you drop the that should actually for the beard. I'll give them that will give a bit of a width under these two and the beard just like that. Definitely. Is put a foreshadowing for you guys. Now, this is where wonky something else. Now, sometimes I don't know those last so I said you have to put them. A little bit. This space out a little bit. I'll leave the actually empty for now. Come back to that later. Clear. And into remove some of this so you can see what's going on here. So we don't want to go too much detail for this big, so you got to come in and redraw them anyway. But we definitely need to match some. Yeah. Actually, no, I have to mix into it. That makes sense. Now, let's just making. Troll doll. That ear is a little fucked actually. Too much. Bring it out a bit. So let's do. Now. Um, then it's like on a too big. Okay. Okay, call that. I'm gonna give him. Yeah, okay. I do like to do this a lot. But maybe it's like that on my. I have to give it.
Oh, I forgot something important, Johnny. So we
Yeah.
noticed last night that the little soldier shroomy seems to have developed thumbs in his evolution.
Yeah. Okay.
Now that definitely seems appropriate because, evolution, thumbs. But if we're talking about actual evolution, everything if it evolves enough becomes a crab.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
think it's very important that at least one of the traits evolves into a whole bunch of crabs.
Okay. Okay. So we want some crab-like traits.
Yeah, crab
Okay.
rave.
Yeah. Okay. Crab rave.
Mm.
Okay. I'm actually a big fan of drawing claws, so I will definitely bring some crab-like creatures into existence for sure. Um, but you guys also are very good at picking, because I remember actually adding the thumbs, and I was like, was this a good move? But
Of course, it's a good move. Evolution means plus thumbs. Everyone knows that. The more evolved you
that's
are, like anything that already has thumbs, should get additional thumbs.
that is true.
Have you
Um,
seen that robot hand that someone's invented that's like it's an additional thumb? and it goes on the bottom of your hand, and it's fucking crazy.
Really? No, what is that? We mean a robot hand.
Well, it's literally so it's like an artificial thumb, but it goes below your pinky, so you have an opposable thumb, top and bottom of your hand, and can do a whole bunch of crazy crap with your hands that you couldn't otherwise do.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why, but I'm gonna get this like tuna mouth. It's a tuna mouth gun because why not? Um, okay. If the people want crabs, we will give crabs.
Okay, hang on.
Um,
Whoa, hang on. Because what you just said is we will give crabs, and that's a
yeah,
very, very different statement.
it could definitely be taken the wrong way. Yes. Uh,
All right, Johnny's giving everyone crabs. Fantastic. Line up, boys.
yeah, that's the utility.
Well, that's definitely a unique utility.
Yeah.
I don't think that
Um,
any other NFTs come with crabs.
shit. Um, I don't know how we would airdrop that though. Um, okay, let me give it with. I think that's pretty good for like that. Might need to work on giving them to shooting them some eyes. Just going to. Just going to give them some basic eyes for now. Um,
I believe that beard also needs a mustache.
is your mustache there? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to fit. Um,
You're
what
letting me
what?
down on the facial hair on facial hair here, Johnny.
Well, actually, you'll be able to see some facial hair on facial hair.
That's good.
A
Is
bit
it
a
part
little.
of the joint grin? Because I do have 7 of those at this point.
Yes, so you'll be able to kind of see where we're really going with that. I'm actually super pleased with how Jurassic Kings is handling it. So um, that took a little while to kind of get set up, but now that we're kind of both on the same page, now we can really go full steam ahead. Uh, because again, if I had to uh, color this as well, it would uh, it would be forever. So now we have we have we don't have to kind of compromise detail uh, to make up time. Uh, it's been tricky though, to be honest with you, to like find the middle ground between me kind of going berserk and crazy with the detail. Um, you know, um, we might give this to this what it's going to well, maybe we just be like shirtless. Well, we just add some rings here. Why the so here is eyes. So safe. Needs to be small. If shield. That should melt. Give me a sec. And when I'm just sketching, it's so gosh. Okay. Move that up there for now. I kind of liked what I was doing just before because it's a bit tentacly. Maybe add webbing. It's one parts of the time, that's why I thought. I think also with the Evolve collection, like I'm starting to come into my stride into like how I want it to look. So feel more confident in what I'm drawing. I can have a lot more freedom.
Have we got any like themed? I mean, I assume there's going to be some sort of theme running throughout. I'm just curious if you had thoughts for themes between parts that otherwise might not have any connection or similar.
You mean like?
Well, you got the sort of the death metal Viking feel from the evolved Shroomy Grin, right?
Yeah. Okay.
The joint grin. I'm just curious if there would be some other traits that would potentially then come to pair up with that. So somewhere in the collection there would be a full death metal Viking ape.
I think it's going to be more free form in terms of like, because also when I'm creating stuff, like sometimes I'll create something and I'm like, okay, well, this is going to have a theme. So, like an example would be, I'll just show you guys. So, like the dumbfounded shroom, you know, it's clearly got like an underwater thing, and that literally just came from the fact that I started drawing this mushroom as a jellyfish. Just then they just went. Just I was like, okay, everything's going to be so that will be like a sea themed trait. But I don't think it's going to be sets in terms of like there might be other sea themed traits, I guess. But it also kind of just evolves out of like the actual picture evolves itself depending on what I'm drawing. So because again, like right now I'm looking at this and I'm like, also this is also similar to how I operate. Like I start drawing and then just well, what do I add? What do I add? Yeah, Jurassic Ed is a really, really on point, but he's also picked up what I'm asking for him to do for this collection. So yeah, he's going to be actually a massive asset. Okay, so in here, you know, we can have like the brains, like, similar to what we did before. Yeah. Like that. But then we could also have, yeah, I quite like that brain stuff. We could also have some stuff coming out, but that's the thing. Like, I need to like just start that. Definitely something has to go here on this tongue. So originally he's got like an acid tab there. You know, I sometimes also try to think, what has it evolved into, I do like the idea of having like buildings, or like a little city. So there's like miniaturized of stuff within. Maybe I lost it on what I'm supposed to do next.
You're gonna evolve
Is
that
it-
one tab of acid into a whole blotter?
into a whole blotter, okay. Yeah, okay. Or actually, I have actually thought about doing something. Okay. But then I was like, maybe I should have saved it. Maybe I should have put it on the Mad Hatter. I'll show you. One sec. See, something like this could be cool. Just need to hear the word.
It's good to be here. I'm glad I was able to catch one of your drawings.
Yeah, man. I was supposed to do it last week, but I went to this festival and I actually got very, very wrecked. I think also that's why I got sick over the weekend, because I think my immune system was down. Like, it took me a while to recover. I was thinking like we could evolve this into like the Alice in Wonderland drinking bottle.
Yeah, the shrinking potion. That's cool.
Yeah. So, we'll do. We'll drop that off. Bit cheating, but we'll put it in.
That's okay. I won't tell.
But we could also have the cork popping out, like the cork could be out here. With some of the potions sitting out, but just pop this like this. That could work actually. See, also stuff I like to do as well is like for no reason in particular, is just to like cut things. So it's one of my favorite artists who's actually from my hometown. We just to like cut the arms of these characters. So sometimes just whenever I like to do it. Similar to like the ninja slice. Can like this going. And when it comes to sketching, like I'm still undecided on whether using the Cintiq or using the iPad, because which one's collapse all these? So, action mode. Collapse it up. I just need to address that a bit. Yeah, with the iPad, like I don't know. I think sometimes it's more intuitive for quick sketches. So I quite like that. And then we can have stuff like this. We could even have like a little character and things up here, but then I don't want to get it too crazy. Like at the moment, what I'm trying to do is just trying to like get the main elements in and balance it out. Like this guy here as well, he's cool. He's also maybe like a little too big. I don't want him to be like a full feature, so we might just bring it down. And it's okay to like have it really rough. Like I have to reskill through this anyway, so I'll usually sketch at least once over. If I was working on like one strong piece, like you know, and I had him all the time in the world, I would refine my sketch like 2 or 3 times. Like you can constantly keep refining, but we also press the time. So you know, just trust what we're doing. Now with this eye, I don't know whether to do this. I'm going to merge these values. So yeah, I'm just going to do something. I'm going to ask you guys' opinions. So it's too much. I'm going to pop this up to 20. Now, if you guys recommend that, or like a fully open eye, or close it up a little bit.
I like it like that better than fully open.
Yeah, me too. Okay, and then with this
It kind of reminded me like of the porthole of a ship when it was fully open.
Yeah. It's also why I wanted to get rid of the other because it starts to literally just look like a giant ship, which could have been like but that's something like that's a trope we could have gone down, like we gone like landed into a ship. I think in here, I'm gonna do like the whole thing like planet system.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah, I'll put it as a placeholder for now because it's such a big eye. You don't want to just have this like one giant black folder.
Right.
If I had more space up here, I would add a few more things, but I don't think I'm doing another space there. Now,
have you thought about doing like mushroom spore prints at all? That was like the only thing I could think of for the evolution of the shroomy.
I've done mushroom spore prints like in real life. It's crazy how much spores they just drop non-stop. Like it's actually insane.
Oh, that's sick.
I'm thinking more as well, like to add more of, because again, this is definitely like a mushroom themed evolution. So it's also why I put in so much mushroom stuff. But I want to add. I tend to want to add like more, more mushrooms just kind of chilling.
There was a
on the
whole
side.
thing recently. They've discovered mushrooms talk to each other, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they help trees communicate to each other and divvy out minerals and nutrients to each other as well.
Is that through the mycelium network?
Yes.
Yeah, because I heard like I was watching a doco as well where they reckon that parent trees can talk to their offspring through the mycelium network, which is crazy. Also, like technically, like a mushroom or like a fungi, it doesn't necessarily. It can kind of technically live forever as long as it's got food to keep eating. So like the oldest and the largest single. There's one in Oregon, I think, and it's like on top of this mountain or this hill, and it's massive. Like you'll see different. It's like almost like a hive mind. Like you'll see it in part like mushrooms sprouting out, but they're all part of the same like basic organism. And it's I forget how many hundreds of years old, but it's the oldest living organism apparently. Oh, that's pretty crazy.
That's badass. I've definitely heard about the largest one. I think is in Africa. I think it was honey was in the name, like honeycomb mushroom or something like that. But I remember it being just like massive, just like it was
Yeah,
either 200 acres or 2 miles. I don't remember exactly what it was.
yeah, it's crazy like um integrated. Like so, for instance, all the amount of um that fungi actually makes up normal soil, like the percentages, like how integrated it is into the ecosystem. Like they're the great like decomposers. But without it, we would just have that much like plant lit up throughout forests um, that we would get overwhelmed.
Absolutely vital to life as we know it.
Yeah. Um, um,
Another thing I learned recently that was pretty crazy is like apparently some mushrooms don't come up. The only way that some people have found these mushrooms is after a forest fire. The whole forest burns down and these mushrooms come up afterwards. Like they won't flush unless they're under extreme
okay.
duress, which is like, I don't know, I thought that was pretty tripped out too. Apparently those are really good as well.
Yeah, that's that reminds me of there's some from Australia and there's types of I think they're trees that their seeds only germinate or something to do with it like after a bushfire. It's also because we're so dry and so hot and so prevalent, like it's evolved. It's like part of their um just the way they are.
Physiology, the way they're made up now.
Yeah, like it must have something to do with like because obviously survival of the fittest and it wouldn't evolve like that if it didn't help it in some way. So I'm thinking like maybe, you know, because a whole bushfire rolls through, decimates everything. But you know, ash, for instance, is still kind of fertilizer. So you know, as a plant, you now have no competition, and it can just roll in. I don't know why, but my pencil is not working. My pen is. I can zoom in, but I can't draw with it. One sec. It can only work on my laptop now. Okay, so this sometimes happens with my Cintiq. I don't know why, but it won't register me drawing. I'm gonna have to reset it. So I'm gonna have to restart my computer. But we've only got about 10 minutes left anyway, so I think this might be a good time to wrap things up anyway. But I was thinking with the drink me potion, maybe put some eyes in there, or maybe just keep it with crazy liquid. But this is definitely starting to come together. I will show you guys a little bit of some sneak peeks of how some of the like colored assets are coming together, and also just some of the amazing work that Jurassic Kings has done. So, but I will just say, just for our sake, like don't screenshot any of these and post them yet. We kind of just want to keep, because it's not fully polished. So again, this is just for you guys in the chat. So this is an example of how the joint ring is going to be colored. And you can see it's just done a really, really wicked job.
Sick.
Yeah. But then just to show you guys a little preview, some of it's not colored, but again, don't screenshot these. Wait till they're up in the official sneak peeks. But I will show you how crazy how crazy the evolved collection is going to start to look. So this is some of them all kind of tying in together. Obviously the eyes are not colored, and the body is not actually done either. That's just the base image is changing, and I haven't done any of the clothes, but yeah, it's gonna look fucking really, really wild.
Damn, that looks
But it's,
intense.
yeah, I definitely we're definitely trying to find the middle ground between going too hectic, but I think we're starting to find it. But what I love about our collection as well is, you know, we are evolving them in our own way. You know, we're not probably exact, like it's not a mutation, they're evolving. So you might have, you know, also noticed that, you know, the base image is changing as well. And that is because, you know, this is the intermediary step between other things as well. So there's more to come on the event horizon after this as well. But yeah, my pen, I can't draw on it, so I can't actually, unless I draw with my touchpad, but it's gonna look really weird. But I
Well, we
hope you
got a few
guys
minutes, so we can just discuss like a couple of the things on there, right? Like that vial, I was thinking it would be really cool if you had like little shrunken creatures swimming in the liquid. What do you think about that?
Yeah, okay. Like, um,
Like maybe they
what kind of
fell
shrunk?
in, or like whoever created it, like dropped them in there as some kind of sick joke. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. See, like I also sometimes like the idea of having like macro and micro parts within the picture. So similar to, let me get it up actually. This is again, guys, this is like too intense, so I can't actually technically. It was actually too over the top. But I still want to take some of these elements in, just balance it a little bit better. But I like how, you know, you have large creatures like this purple guy here with a giant eye and stuff, but then you also have kind of like a city. So I like the idea of having, you know, this could be like a giant bottle statue, and then inside it, yeah, you have like smaller creatures or like a little city kind of sprouting.
Yeah, dude, like a whole terrarium inside there. I don't know. You could do a lot of stuff
Yeah,
actually. Now that we're talking about it, that's badass.
yeah, like let me have a look. We start. I mean, a good example was, I know a lot of people really vibed with this, but adding, yeah, like almost like a little utopian terrarium inside something like that. So I definitely like that idea. I think I would have to make the bottle a little bit bigger, but like a little city within the bottle. But I think also that would then, like, you have that little, like that piece kind of happening here, maybe a little bit of extra stuff here, but then that's basically it, because otherwise I then start too hectic and then it's going to get too busy. So I need to kind of
I
like
feel that.
yeah, I do need to like hold myself back a little bit sometimes. But I'm gonna add a little city in that bottle. That's what's gonna happen.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Do you think any like pyramids or any of that kind of stuff that I'm interested in? You know,
yeah,
the
yeah,
ancient stuff that
100%.
I've been sending you. Do you think you might involve any of that in some of the art?
Definitely, like, so definitely there's gonna be like kind of all seeing eyes within the pyramids, stuff like that. Like, also, again, think of something like this where you have like similar to like the pad skull is like a mountain. You know, you could have like a pyramid here with, you know, a stream coming out of it. I think that's also what I like about this one is the mixture between the macro and micro kind of parts of it. But
For sure.
yeah, definitely gonna have some all-seeing eyes and pyramids in it for sure. But is there anything else you guys think I should add to this piece before we start to wrap this up? Anything else? You guys can even put in the chat if you want. Well, I'll show you guys like one last little peek of the again. Just this is just for you guys. You can start to see how, like, I mean, they're going to start to like click together.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, even like, so with this, like the eye, I had to kind of pull myself back a bit. I'm just trying to find the middle ground. But now that I can start to like, then I was not too sure whether it's going to be too intense, but now I can start to see them clock together. It allows me to have more fun as we move forward anyway. But I think that's about it for now, guys. I know there's another space coming up with Spicy and Party. Sorry for the technical difficulties at the end. Sometimes this happens with my Cintiq. This is also sometimes why I prefer working on the art and never have those issues. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always as well, I love the feedback. I love when you guys get involved. This is what it's all about. I want to hear what you guys want in these, because this is as much my collection as it is yours. So we're shaping it together. But until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. And
Thanks, Johnny. Have a good one, everybody.
Johnny.